One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
It's Johnjay and Rich. Text us. Text JJR and whatever's on your mind to 96893. We'll read your text, or we'll call you back, or we'll just text you back. Saw Rich and Payton were in the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley in Texas over the weekend.
Vuelta, Payton, vuelta.
I'm hoping you guys have a lot more pictures, because I only saw like 3 pictures.
Yeah, it was in the mix, and it was crazy because last year it was me, Grant, and Nick that went, and all 3 of us are usually in our phone and handling social. And, you know, Rich is just such a people person. I was trying to catch as much video as I could, but I was kind of out there dolo on the video. But
But you got stuff, though. You haven't
I
posted.
have some stuff that I haven't posted.
Okay, good. Good.
But it was great. The Rio Grande Valley is so much fun, and the listeners there, they are everywhere. Are they not, Payton?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Payton got stopped like every 2 feet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was really fun. We were in the Vuelta zone, and I think Vuelta means spin. I think
Spin or turn.
yeah,
Vuelta.
so there's a lot of these big giant balloons, like a Shrek balloon, a Mighty Mouse balloon, Ninja Turtle, things like that, and all these floats that come through this zone. And once they make their way to the zone, me and Rich, we say, Vuelta, Vuelta, and all the balloons start to spin. And it was really fun. It was raining.
Well,
so
that was a problem for a lot of people because they, you know how they carry these big giant balloons and you ask them to spin, so they start running in a circle, and it is so slick out there that a lot of people were wiping out. So we were encouraging them, like, also be very careful.
Right.
Please
And
do not
watch your
hurt
step.
yourself.
Yeah. Spin and watch your step.
And
was
then,
cool,
and then
Cuidado. That means careful.
and then some of the balloons, we would say, you know, we would tell them to spin, and they would just look at us like, no, we can't do that. Oh, you can't? Okay, well then I guess be on your merry way.
You guys have videos of the spinning balloon?
Yeah,
we got
I'll have some stuff that I'll throw up on our Instagram in just a couple minutes.
What happened on your plane? You said you had some panic attack or something.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know what was going on. Yesterday was a really long travel day for me. I was supposed to get back to Phoenix at 1. I didn't get back home until 5 because I had some flights delayed, and then I missed my connecting flight. And on my connecting flight from Houston to Phoenix, I don't know what was going on, but I was in the middle seat. I was pretty close up in the plane, but I was in the middle, and I was in the middle of like 2 large men, like buff men. And so I'm like kind of like crammed in the middle. They're taking the arm things, and I'm like, okay.
Oh no, those arm things are yours.
That's what I'm saying. And I literally felt like I was suffocating on this airplane. I had my North Face jacket on because it's cold on airplanes. I had to take my jacket off. I was literally sweating through my shirt. I had a full-on panic attack on the airplane to where I had to literally like go through my head and was like, okay, take a breath in, breathe out, because it was so hot and our turbulence were insane. I thought we were going to fall out of the sky. I really did. I put myself in a full panic. It was not a good time for me on the way home, but once I got back home, I was good to go. I finally like fell asleep, but it was not a fun experience.
Were you at all hungover yesterday?
Actually, I wasn't. I paced myself. I learned my lesson.
That's strong.
One thing about 26. I don't really make the same mistakes twice anymore.
Peyton's kind of a bad influence. Like every time I've had a shot in the last, I'd say 2 years because of Peyton.
Yeah, that's true. We did have a green tea shot. It was yummy.
You know, my wife and I went to Las Vegas just for the night to go see a concert, go see George Strait, because the guy is like retired, so he doesn't do very many concerts. And we're in the driveway, we're backing out. I was like all about, I've been lately on my travels trying to ration my clothes. So because, a lot of times I'm sure you guys, like, you go on a trip and you realize, I didn't wear any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Why'd I pack it? So now I'm trying to bring exactly what I need and then wear it over and over again. So we shared one suitcase, which my wife is against, but I brought one T-shirt, a pair of underwear, and whatever I was wearing. Right?
Okay.
So we only have one suitcase. I'm backing out of the driveway, and I'm going to the airport, and she says to me, "Did you get the bag?" And I was like, "Bag? And she's like, the suitcase. I'm like, oh, no, I didn't. So I had to go back home. Can you imagine if we would have left without a suitcase?
Oh, my goodness.
We packed it and then left it upstairs.
You kind of do that. You kind of forget you've forgotten it in the car before, right?
Well, I have.
We've been
dropped off at the airport. We've been dropped off at the airport before, and I left my bag in the person's car that dropped us off. My suitcase, yeah. But I was like, I couldn't. That stress kind of stuck with me. Like I couldn't believe it. But what I ended up doing, you guys, is wearing everything I wore on Saturday night. I wore yesterday on the way home. So my underwear and the extra T-shirt, I didn't wear. They're still clean.
So you could have gone without a suitcase.
I could have gone without a suitcase.
Just fine.
Yeah, it would have been great. I was so excited. And then I had a black T-shirt on, and I noticed there was a little stain on my black T-shirt yesterday morning. And I was like, I don't think anybody will notice. I get on the plane, I'm fine. No one's going to go, I got a stain. I could be like, ration out my clothes. I made a 24-hour trip with the same clothes.
That's pretty amazing right there.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
I'm like, you didn't shower?
Oh, I showered a lot, actually.
Okay. So you put your dirty clothes back on after you showered? Johnjay.
Yeah, I did.
That's why you can, because you're clean underneath.
Let me tell you something.
That's gross.
You guys in here, maybe Payton, maybe Rich, but I know Kyle gets it. You wear the same clothes.
I totally would.
Yeah.
In Vegas? You guys are insane.
I was at the
Insane.
Park MGM, which is no smoking. So that changes a lot
That
of
does
stuff.
change a lot.
Because you go into another casino.
But still.
Yeah.
I don't know. Today's hack's talking about like traveling in hotel rooms, the germs that are everywhere. It's going to freak you out for life.
You know what? I bet because my back hurt yesterday, so I was just laying on the floor in the hotel room.
Ew.
I don't know if I would do that.
I know.
We're going to
I'm not talking. I wouldn't say you would do that. I think you'd wear the same clothes. But my back hurts. I was laying on the floor.
We're going to talk about the floors.
I was
in
stretching
hotel.
on my back on the floor, and I would just all the people I was texting yesterday. I was just on the floor.
And then you got into the bed in your dirty clothes on the floor.
No, it was after. Like I got up, I showered, and then I went and laid on the floor. I'm sure it's gross. But that's why I never get sick. What's coming up? 3 things you need to know, Kyle.
TikTok is inching closer and closer to getting banned. I'll tell you why. Next with Johnjay and Rich.
Here we go. I wake up with them. Get up. Johnjay and Rich.
Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
TikTok is one step closer to getting banned here in the United States. So they were in court trying to fight the United States law that would require TikTok's Chinese parent company to sell the app by January 19th or face a ban. Now, TikTok and its supporters were arguing, hey, this law violates our First Amendment free speech protections. But the 3-judge panel said, nope. This law the government made has acted solely to protect Americans from a foreign advisory nation, so you still have to sell by January 19th or you will be banned. And now they're thinking this fight could head to the U.S. Supreme Court, which needs to go quickly because January 19th is right around the corner. Now, it is a wonderful time of year, but it can be financially terrifying with all the gifts you have to get. And there are some unique side hustles that are killing it this holiday season. People are shelling out hundreds of dollars for professional back scratches. One professional back scratcher in Miami says she's making $130 an hour just for scratching her 3-inch nails down someone's back or neck or ears. She says not like a sexual thing. It's literally like a massage, but just like a light back scratch with nails.
Okay.
She's killing it. She's traveling across the country, hundreds of dollars an hour. It's amazing. So that's a nice little side hustle idea for you. Christmas decorations, they don't just bring joy, you guys. They tell a story about you, the person behind the door. So they said homes with Christmas decorations actually seem more sociable, a little warmer to strangers. Neat lived-in homes with festive decor send stronger signals of openness. They say festive displays may foster neighborhood connections and belonging. So as you hang your lights this year, maybe they're already hung, you can consider the message they are sending. Johnjay might want to take yours down. Your neighbors will assume you are more friendly if you've got the Christmas decorations up. That's 3 things you need to know.
It's time for horoscopes. Payne, what's the vibe?
Well, it's National Pastry Day, so I'm going to tell you how this day is going to align with you and your zodiac sign.
Call us at 877-937-1047. Good morning, Meg.
Good morning.
What's your sign?
I am the lovely Cancer.
Okay, Cancers. Well, for you, for National Pastry Day, a molten lava cake disguised as a pie is kind of your vibe. So people are going to think that you're chill, but if they get too close to you, they're going to see your emotions just spilling out. So don't cake your feelings up too much today, Cancers. Let people know how you feel.
Hey, sounds good. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Meg. Hi, Mo.
Hi.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay, so for my Aquarius for National Pastry Day, you're giving vegan pastry energy, and I'm not exactly sure why. Probably because you're unique and you're bold and you're kind of ahead of your time, my Aquarians. And some people just don't get you, but that's okay. Keep being the one to add a little bit of weirdness to our days.
Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I don't know why vegan, but I will try something vegan today.
Heck yeah, I love that for you.
Have a good day, you guys.
You too, Mo. Hey, Rick.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
You got someone with you?
Yeah, my daughter's Scarlett, taking her to school.
What's her sign?
She's a Pisces. I'm an Aries.
Okay.
Let's start with Pisces for you, Scarlett. Okay, Pisces and Rich, who's also our Pisces. Cream puff with extra filling today. That is your guys' puff pastry vibes. You're dreamy, you're soft, and you're just floating through life with your powdered sugared vibes. So sprinkle your sweetness today, but watch out, Pisces, because you don't want people taking too much advantage of you.
You see? Awesome.
And I got you too, Rick, for Aries. Aries, you're giving croissant vibes. That's like fresh out of the oven. You're golden, you're irresistible, and you're full of layers. But let's be real. You're flaking out on your plans again today, Aries. So butter up your friends today and literally bring them snacks. Then they'll love you again.
Sounds good. Thank you all. Y'all have a great day. Hope
too,
y'all
Rick.
enjoyed McAllen this weekend.
That was awesome.
It was great.
Awesome. Y'all take care.
Drive safe. How about for Libra?
Yeah, Kyle, you're giving Eclair vibes. Delightful and balanced and just enough filling to keep everyone around you happy. But today is about sharing sweetness, so remember to keep a bite for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yum.
indulging you today.
When I was a kid, you know when you're a kid, you don't like to go shopping with your well, I didn't want to go shopping with my mom. And I remember she'd go to this department store called Diamonds, which I think morphed into Dillard's, right? But it was Diamonds. And we would go there because one of the things she would always entice me with, she'd promise to give me an Eclair. So I'd go with her, and we'd go to the bakery at Dillard's or Diamonds, and I'd get an Eclair.
Wow.
And it just reminded me.
Are those good?
They're so good. They got this cream filling and chocolate on top.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh, my God. So great. What do you got for Leo?
Yeah, so for Leos, we are giving creme brulee vibes. Hard exterior, but underneath, we're just pure sweetness. We shine bright like a caramelized torch today, which is drawing attention to us and our, pretty great personalities, and everyone's going to be eating it up. But we gotta share, too. Share the spotlight.
How about Virgo?
Yeah, Virgo, Johnjay, you're just giving puff pastry perfection in general. Structured and detailed, and you're always crisp under pressure. But Virgos, you need to take a break because not everything needs to be folded into perfection like 27 million times. It's okay. Take a breath.
I ate so bad Saturday night. In fact, one of the places I was at, they had this dessert. I was standing in line at this dessert area, and it looked like they had, this is going to sound weird, but it looked like they had pre-scoops of ice cream. So picture you take a scooper of ice cream, right? It was like a bowl with scoops of ice cream, but they weren't melting. And I was like, it was all fast. I was like getting in line, the line moved fast. I go, is that pre-scoops of ice cream? They're big, like a big scoop. Lady goes, oh no, this is cookie dough. It was raw cookie dough. So I said, so she gave me a scoop of vanilla ice cream and then a scoop of the cookie dough. They're both the same size. Do you understand how much cookie dough that is?
It's a lot of cookie dough.
It was freaking phenomenal. So that's my pastry of choice, cookie dough.
Okay.
If you didn't hear yours, you want to know what you are, go to johnjayandrich.com. They're all posted up there. Jade, good morning.
Okay, this is kind of a doozy, so stick with me, okay? So my boyfriend is trying to set up his ex with this guy that he met at the gym, and he doesn't see why I'm, upset, and this is a bad idea.
So why is it a bad idea? I mean, I think we know why, but I want to hear your point of view.
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't want her, in our lives that closely, and second of all, if it doesn't work out, he's going to lose a friend at the gym.
And how does it affect you?
Because I don't want her in my life.
Okay,
that's what makes sense to me.
That's totally fair.
But let's go look at it through your boyfriend's point of view for a second. Here's what I don't know the situation, but here's how I see it on the surface. Is he's probably got this ex-girlfriend. Maybe she's still kind of into him, still talking to him. He's like, I got to get her away. I got to get her in a relationship so she can go find love and go be away from me. And
or
maybe
you just tell her, leave me alone.
Right, but maybe he's a kind guy.
Yeah,
Maybe he's you said they were friends, so maybe they're kind of friends, but he just wants her away. Because if they're not friends, then you just lose contact. No more contact.
Right.
But if they are friends,
but that's not his responsibility to play matchmaker for her. She's a grown ass woman. She can find somebody else and she can leave us alone. Like, no, I don't care if he's nice. Like, especially if I don't want him to do this. Like, that should be enough reason for him to stop and leave her alone.
Yeah, I kind of get his point of view where it's like, hey, my friend's nice. My ex was fine. Maybe these two will hit it off. I get where he would think it's not as big of a deal. But once you tell him it's a big deal, I guess he should kind of listen to that, right?
Yeah, but he's probably, like Johnjay said, he's probably seeing this could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you want her out of your life, like, possibly he's going to hook her up with the gym guy, and gym guy's not going to like that she's friends with her ex. Right? So all is well. If this, you should be pushing for this romance to happen.
Gym guy might be just somebody he meets at the gym and they work out together. Gym guy's done. Like, he might even go to another gym. Gym guy might find another time to work out.
Totally.
He doesn't want to, like, if he falls in love with her, he doesn't want to work out with the guy that was sleeping with his girlfriend 2 years ago. I don't know if it's that bad of a thing, Jade.
No. I don't agree.
Yeah.
And I just also, I feel like, especially if he knows, like, oh, she's, like, into me a little bit, why is he, like, feeding into that? Like, why is this, like, this external validation that he wants? And I know you guys are saying, yeah, like, he's probably thought about this, and he's like, oh, well, maybe she likes me, and I'm going to have this big master plan, and I love him, but he is not that smart. Like, you guys are giving him, like,
oh, okay, because I'm thinking where he's coming from is like, how is she part of our life if I'm actually literally pushing her off to somebody else? She's not part of our life.
Until gym guy and ex-girlfriend are like, let's go on a double date, and then you're put in a weird situation there.
That I would not like if I were you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're too close because it's like he's also like talking to her more, trying to like set up dates with them. Like, there was even one day I like caught them on the phone, like, just early in the morning when I was asleep in bed. Like, that's weird.
Yeah,
well, you gotta set some boundaries.
Yeah, because like that crosses the line a little bit. Like, if he was going to set him up, you give each the phone numbers out, and then boop, boop, you're done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like, you don't have to be her like confidant, like her girl best friend. Like, please, like, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now
not.
we got you.
Yeah, we're with you, Jade.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in,
Thank
Jade.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for listening to me.
All right. Bye.
I don't know how you found us.
But I'm so thankful that you did. It's Johnjay and Rich.
It's time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information, and Rich has life hacks. I just have random information. It's kind of cool. The world's most expensive Christmas tree has just been unveiled in Germany. It's not a real tree. It's 10 feet tall, and it was created from over 2,000 gold coins. It's worth more than $5 million.
Sheesh.
I know. Who'd want that? I mean, anyone would want that. Why would you buy it? A truck carrying over 30,000 pounds of chocolate caught on fire in the middle of a highway, causing a massive spill of melted chocolate.
Oh, my gosh. I would be like going to run to get all my marshmallows and graham crackers.
Isn't this shocking? A new study found that regularly posting on social media may worsen mental health in adults.
Not surprised.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. Makes total sense.
Hey, Alexa, what do you think?
Studies show regularly posting on social media may worsen your mental health. Shocking, I know. Here's a brilliant idea. Why not go on Facebook and Instagram right now and post about how bad posting is for you? Genius move. This message brought to you by common sense and a dash of irony. Now go touch some grass. Or don't. I'm just a voice, not your mom.
76-year-old woman who doesn't drive keeps getting traffic tickets in the mail because she once had Star Trek vanity plates. And now they're being sold online and people are illegally putting them on cars. First, her plate was NCC 1701, which was the name of the USS Enterprise. And now they're selling those license plates for fun, and people are putting them on their car and getting ticketed.
Oh, no.
There's a list going viral of things that people collect that people think are worth something, and the list is stop collecting these things because they're not worth anything.
I hope it's not records, because I collect records still.
Vintage Playboy magazines, old VHS tapes and DVDs, porcelain dolls, Cabbage Patch Kids, newer comic books. It's all about the vintage comic book, right? Baseball cards. Only the really old ones are worth money. Pez dispensers. Number 2 on this list is vinyl records.
Oh, man.
The market is so saturated, they don't really hold much value. They're great to listen to, just don't expect to get rich. Number 1 on this list, Beanie Babies.
I was going to say, are Beanie Babies on that list? Because we just went to storage. My mom has all types of, I'm talking thousands of Beanie Babies. And we're like, get rid of these. She's like, they'll be worth something. Okay, I'm going to send her this clip right here. Not worth anything.
My wife was collecting Beanie Babies for my nieces back in the day. And she got so involved. She gave them to my nieces. Then she started collecting them herself. We have boxes of Beanie Babies. Boxes in storage. Now they're not worth anything.
They are fun to go and look back at, though. The nostalgia.
They did a list of the top Santa Clauses ever on TV, on film. Who do you think's number 1?
The top Santa Claus is from what movie?
Mm-hmm.
Tim Allen.
Number 1, Tim Allen.
And the clay guy from Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Tim
Such
Allen.
a sad movie. They sing Blue Christmas. I cry every time.
It's so sad.
Also, a study found that songs with over 120 beats per minute can lead to dangerous driving. Guess which is the most dangerous Christmas song?
Oh, okay. So if it's fast, Last Christmas, Wham.
Nope.
The Gucci Mane Christmas album. One of those songs on there.
Oh, Payton.
Mariah.
Mariah's number 2.
Yeah, because that's what about Underneath the Tree, Kelly Clarkson.
Nope.
What about Justin Bieber, Drummer Boy?
Nope. Keep going.
Justin Bieber, Mistletoe.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the upbeat ones.
Frosty the snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal.
That song right
Doesn't
there.
scream dangerous situation.
You're driving and you're singing and you're moving. That's why, because you're driving. Cause lots of accidents.
Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day.
And it's a 10 and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful out there.
What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
Kyle, I'm wondering, what do you think the dirtiest thing in a hotel room is?
I'd say the remote control.
Remote control is a good guess. Johnjay, your guess.
I would say the floor.
The floor is a good guess. Payton.
The door handle.
All right, so the doctors say you can get sick in a hotel room. And here are the places you will get sick the most. First of all, if you're walking around in your bare feet on a hotel carpet. They say all of the nasty people that walk there before you, the vacuum isn't really cleaning up that mess and that grime. It's just kind of pushing it around a little bit. But more than that, if you really want to be safe, the thing that people get sick from the most is the pillowcase on the hotel pillows.
Oh.
So you might want to consider traveling with your own pillow, because most hotels and motels will put them through a quick wash and they don't get rid of all the germs. So you're laying down on a pillow from somebody who might have been in there with the flu, and you're laying on it all night long, breathing in their goose. So you may want to consider bringing your own pillow and your own pillowcase to a hotel. That life hack may save you. That life hack is up at johnjayandrich.com.
It's Johnjay and Rich.
It's Johnjay and Rich. Our phone number, 877-937-1047. The text line, you text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on?
I have a life hack for you guys. Kyle was talking about shipping gifts to family members or whatever. My family is all across the country. So my family does a thing where so the wrong person doesn't open it, so you send it to who you want to open it. So when I send stuff to my best friend, I send it to Jill, and then the middle name has my name, Jamie, and then her last name. So you kind of sneak in your name so they know who it's from and who's supposed to wrap it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's clever.
That's very clever.
Yeah. I have to ship everything, and I'm the only one in Arizona, so everything gets shipped to me. But when it's for my daughter, then it says, if it's for me, then it says her name on it. So it's kind of fun.
Totally cool. All right, so from now on, you do it to Jill.
It's a good little hack.
Yeah.
Jill
Middle
will
name
wrap
Jill.
our gifts.
Everybody needs Jill.
Thanks, Jamie.
Everybody does need a Jill. You're right.
Thanks, Jamie. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Okay. A couple weeks ago at Love Pup Family Fest, right? Peyton's dad said that Rich big-timed him, right? What was the story? It was like you tried to wave at him, and he goes, Rich goes, I'll be right there.
Yeah, Rich was coming down off the stage after the Rich Bear Band performed, and my dad was in the VIP area hanging out, and he's trying to wave down Rich. And Rich gave him the finger and was like, I'll be right back. Big time thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys, Payton and Rich, you guys are going to Rio Grande Valley for the big parade.
Yes.
But your dad was also going to Texas?
Yeah, so my mom and dad were heading to Dallas because one of my dad's former players literally taught her how to dribble a basketball. Madison Connor plays for TCU, and TCU had a huge game against number 3 South Carolina. So my mom and dad went to Dallas to go watch her play.
So I get this violent text from your dad. Showtime. Hello, Peyton's dad. Good morning.
It was.
Morning, beautiful people.
So what happened?
Well, I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know my feelings as I'm entering the plane. I see sitting up in the first rows of first class there's old big time Berra, baby Meatloaf,
baby Meatloaf.
yeah, Rich and his beautiful wife and his ego all taking up the first 3 rows of first class, sitting up there having a second cocktail. And, with his nose turned up as I'm stressing, sweating, trying to get through TSA. So here I am, and finally getting on the plane after my adventure to see this guy with his nose turned up and without holding me his seat up to first class. I about had it with Rich. Baby Meatloaf is out of control. We got to do something about him and his ego. I don't know.
Oh my God, his version of the story is totally wrong. So,
did you see him?
I did. I saw him in security. I was trying to get his attention to wave hello, and he wouldn't turn around. But so Stacey saw him first. She's like, hey, is Peyton's dad coming to the parade? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, oh, but I bet he's going to watch basketball. So we're in security. I'm pretty far away because the first thing she sees is he's got this really nice Louis Vuitton bag. She's like, he's got a great bag. So I start going, show, because I want the credit for acknowledging him right away. He doesn't turn around. And then we get kind of separated in security. And I'm like, well, we'll see him when we get on the plane. Well, I see Peyton's mom first. So then I know that they're traveling. So I wave them down to say hello on the plane. And I thought he would be excited to see me, and he was not excited to see me. So
you get popped in security, show?
I don't know what I have to do to win over Showtime.
You get popped in security? What's a black man doing with a Louis Vuitton suitcase?
That's what he said.
Exactly. Well, let me tell you about my security. Speaking of, so this guy, obviously, if he sees me, he doesn't come and save the damsel in distress. Obviously, I was having issues over at the security. So I'm going through the security. TSA says, hey, you have to remove your sweatshirt. And I'm like, okay, well, why? It was like, you just have to take it off. So I'm kind of in a mood. So I take off my sweatshirt and my T-shirt. So I'm sitting there in the TSA
Oh, I did not see that.
Oh yeah, with my tummy out, standing in the line.
Oh no!
They were like, oh no, you can't do that. Just put your shirt on. So I'm like, no, well, it's a package deal. Either my hoodie and my shirt both come off, or they both come on. They were like, well,
yeah. This is real, right, baby?
Yes, I know. That's why I'm just shaking my head. And this is so funny hearing.
I did not see that part because I got stopped too.
What?
Well, I was just saying, it's funny hearing Rich's side of things and my dad's side of things because I got woken up at 7:00 in the morning from text message from both of them talking about your dad big time to me and Rich big time me. So now I'm in the middle trying to mediate what the heck is going on.
Well, to me, the bigger story is you took off your shirt and your sweatshirt. You're sitting there going through security.
I did not see that.
Hold on. You're going through security with no shirt on.
With no shirt. With no shirt. I do have a couple of Louis Vuitton bags that weren't mine. I was carrying them for my wife. But I am trying to get through security with no shirt on and a couple of Louis Vuitton bags. Now, the screaming that may have happened from Rich may have been yelling, but I assume that it was someone figuring, like you said, Johnjay, a black man stealing.
I didn't say stealing.
I said, what? For me, I'm like, how many guys are named Showtime? He's not turning around for me. He's big time in me now. Right. I'm like, what am I going to do to win over this guy?
So did they let you go through security through the thing without your shirt on?
No, they told me to put it on. They was like, hey, so just put your clothes back on.
Why would you do that? You love the drama.
He does.
Yes, he's here for the drama. Let me take my shirt off in the middle of Sky Harbor Airport because they're making me take my jacket off. And then wonder where I get the drama from.
Okay, so wait, if you saw each other at security and then you go to get on the plane, don't you guys see each other waiting before you get on the plane?
I did not see Showtime waiting for the plane.
No. No, there is no. Rich got on before the pilots, before all the
No,
first class.
We were almost last. We were almost last on the plane because we were kind of messing around. We went and had we figured, well, we've got seats, so we go on when we go on. So we were about the last ones to get on.
You guys are insane.
Well, thank you, show, for clearing that up. We'll continue. We'll see what happens with the rest of the Rich Berra show today.
I'm glad
between the two of you is awkward.
I know.
I can't do anything to please this guy.
All right, show.
Well, Rich, you and your ego have a great day.
All right. Have a happy Christmas. You guys watching Black Doves yet? You start watching Black Doves? How far are you in Black Doves?
I think I just am in the middle of the second episode.
Okay, there's only 6 episodes, but one of the things that you'll notice, I don't know if it's an English thing, it's all about during Christmas, and they all only say Happy Christmas. They never say Merry Christmas.
I like that.
Right.
I like that
every time.
Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas.
Do you feel like it is a kind of a direct, blatant ripoff of Slow Horses? Because they even use the same piano music.
The same piano music.
Yeah.
After a while, it's not like that. They still use the same piano music, but the storyline changes. It gets really, really freaking good. Okay. I finished it, and I was so involved in the show. It's a really, it was number 1 right now, right? It's really good. I think you really, really like it. And I'm going to make another random prediction. I made this about, what was the show we were watching? The Gentleman. I thought the guy that played the Gentleman could have been James Bond. I feel like the gay hitman on this show could be James Bond. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. But I just don't know. He might be small. I can't tell if he's a small, skinny guy. I don't know how tall James Bond has to be. But anyway, it's on Netflix, and it's called Black Doves. You haven't started, Payton?
No, I haven't started it yet. I haven't started the Madness one either, but that's on my list for today.
You should hurry because Madness, I have this thing about once they pop out of the top 10, I don't care that much about it.
I know, but because you watch TV so quick.
Yeah.
Not everybody watches TV as fast as you, Johnjay.
I tell you, did you watch the season finale of Lioness last night?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Is it awesome?
That's a damn good show, too.
I love that show. I've been sitting on that, waiting for that one.
That show's so crazy because that Taylor Sheridan?
Taylor, yeah.
He writes it, and sometimes he directs it and stars in it. And he's in it a lot on last night's episode. But he's also the writer, director, and creator of Landman.
And Yellowstone.
And 1883, and 1923, and King's the Mayor Town, or the Mayor of Kingstown, and probably other shows. Tulsa King, too, yeah.
Had a really active imagination.
Yeah, he's amazing. I'd love to talk to that guy and go, how do you do that? How do you write these? When you listen to the episode, it's all this military jargon, and it's so fascinating. But Landman, you guys all caught up on Landman? That's such a good show, too. Billy Bob Thornton.
That's a great show.
It's very funny, too. Billy Bob Thornton is hilarious.
So what are those shows? Which platforms
They're all on
are those
Paramount.
on?
Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Paramount Plus.
See, I sleep on that one because I feel like it's not, I go to Netflix first.
So do I. But the only thing with Paramount Plus is I don't remember ever signing up for it. I don't know if I got it with something else.
It was like a bundle or something.
I'm logged in and I don't know how.
A lot of that stuff shows up through Amazon, I think, too. I think Amazon has a porthole to that.
All right, it's time for another Johnjay and Rich Christmas wish. Mascara alert. Mascara alert. We're going to try to help somebody have a much better Christmas. We'll do that after Sabrina Carpenter.
It's the Johnjay and Rich Christmas wish.
It's Johnjay and Rich. We try to do our Christmas wishes everywhere in every city that we're in. This morning, we're in Colorado Springs. We've got Alexis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about Sky.
She's my daughter's babysitter. Has been for the past, 16 months or so. She's a young mom, a young stay-at-home mom. She loves kids, and she just has, a really big heart and passion for them and for other people, and deserves the world.
Is she married?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her husband, obviously, is their main source of income. He works full-time, and there are times where he's gone for weeks at a time for work.
Okay.
That's got to be tough.
So we're finding her at home then this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's call Sky right now.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Is this Sky?
This is her.
Hey, Sky, it's Johnjay and Rich. We do a radio show. We're wondering if we can put you on the radio with us for just a second. We promise it's good news.
Yeah.
So you're on My 99.9 right now with us, okay?
Okay.
And can you hear us okay?
I sure can.
Here's the situation, Sky. We've heard so many great things about you. And Alexis wrote us a letter about you.
No.
So we asked her to come on the air and read the letter to you live on My 99.9.
Oh.
So do you have a minute to listen to her?
I do, yes.
Okay. Alexis, go ahead.
Dear Johnjay and Rich, Sky's my daughter's babysitter, and she's had the hardest year. She recently had a miscarriage, and she's a stay-at-home mom and opens her home and her heart up to other families that can't afford traditional daycare and only charges them what they can afford. Because of her income being so sporadic and the recent hospital bills, she's going to have trouble, and she's unsure if she's going to be able to make Christmas happen for her children this year. Sebastian is 6, and Rodrigo is 1 year old, and I'd be so grateful if you could help bring a little joy into what has otherwise been a very difficult season for this family. Thank you for anything you can do.
Sky.
I'm tearing up.
Sky, we'd like to grant a Christmas wish for you.
That would make everything so relief.
Well, let's go over some things we're going to give your kids. Like Sebastian. How old is he? Is he 6?
He's going to be 6, yes.
Okay. For Sebastian, we're going to give him $150 to Target. Now, you should probably go with him.
Yeah. Good idea.
We're also going to give him a $150 gift card to Old Navy, a $100 gift card to DSW for some shoes.
Oh, it's exactly what we needed. We just went through all his clothes, and he's just had like a big old growth spot.
Oh, good. Well, then we also got him some fun stuff. A paint-your-own dinosaur race car kit, some Spider-Man Legos, a Spider-Man remote control car, a superhero coloring book and crayons, and a cozy blanket. That's all for Sebastian. For your 1-year-old, Rodrigo, we're giving him a $150 gift card to Walmart, a $150 gift card to Kohl's, and a $100 gift card to DSW.
Oh, my goodness.
Also, a Leapfrog Learning Friends word book, a plush teddy bear, a Sing and Learn music player, Paw Patrol toy, and a cozy blanket.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that good stuff for you, Sky?
That is more than good.
Okay, now let's get to the meat of things for you and your family. We want to make sure that you are stocked up for the holidays, so we are giving your family a $200 gift card to King Soopers Groceries.
That is perfect timing because Rodrigo has learned to turn things off, so he just turned my deep freezer off, and we just lost all of our meat.
Oh, no.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Well, we know you and your husband spent a lot of time driving, so we're going to gift you a $200 gas card. Oh, Rodrigo's been taking the car out on the weekends. So I'm glad. We understand you're in need and excited for some new Christmas decorations, so we got you a $150 gift card to Home Goods. And like I said, you are on My 99.9 right now. This, I think, is incredible, by the way. I know we're doing some amazing things, giving some amazing gifts, but there's certain gifts to me that I think, wow, how did we pull that off? And we're going to treat you and a friend, I would say your husband, but you can take whoever you want, to a night out. So we're giving you 2 Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets in Denver, June 15th.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
is
we're giving their kids all these
so
presents, but I'm like, we got Post Malone tickets.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh, and one more thing really quick.
Yeah.
This Christmas wish is part of the Love Up Foundation, which we try to do and help as many people as we can and do nice things. How about if we gave you $1,000 towards this month's rent?
That would be so much appreciated.
Done. $1,000 rent for you.
Wow.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, Merry Christmas, Sky.
Merry Christmas.
It probably doesn't seem real. It probably seems like this is all a dream, but it's not. And if you open up your front door right now, our elf, Lindsay, is right there right now, and we want to bring all the stuff to you right now.
Hi, I'm here.
Watch out for that little Rodrigo kid.
He loves you outside.
Hello?
Hi.
I'll give these to you. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas, Sky.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, guys. Merry Christmas.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. It's been such a hard year for us. Just very, very thankful.
Another Johnjay and Rich Christmas wish.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Johnjay and Rich. Jill, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
So I would love for my daughter to meet your friend, your 31-year-old friend.
Oh, the guy from The Bachelor?
Yes.
Clayton?
Yes, Clayton.
Do you know who he is? Have you seen him before?
Nope, I've never seen him.
Oh, well, tell us about your
I
daughter.
don't watch those shows.
Neither do I.
Well, she lives in Arizona. Oh, that's good. She lives in Arizona. She is from Oregon, and she's beautiful and smart and funny, and she would be the perfect package.
Do you think that she would be able to, like, be with somebody with that type of caliber who probably has a ton of followers and things like that, and girls probably throwing themselves at him just because he was on The Bachelor?
Possibly.
You know what?
I mean,
One of the things I talked to him about, I thought was pretty interesting, how he was very self-aware of the dopamine rush, and he said how he's overcome it. Like, he was chasing it for the longest time, because he's like, I went on dates and helicopters in New Zealand. I did all this stuff, and then I needed to go to the next event and the next event. And now he's like, now I'm over that. Now, like, he's really, really a good guy. The only problem is, I sent him a text. He sent me a text. I sent him a text, and he never responded to my text.
Rude.
Right. So I don't know if
that is rude.
But you heard the reason you're calling is because you heard the break where I was talking about him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't say anything bad about him, right? There's no reason for him to get mad, right?
No.
Like, I thought maybe we said something that got back to him and he got mad.
I mean, you said like really good things about him.
But did anybody else say anything bad?
We were talking about how he was the villain.
Right. Well, that's what he told me.
Yeah, I mean, they
Remember?
kind of said what happened on the show, but that's not like, there was
Remember,
no
we
judgment.
were like, why would he do that in the rose ceremony?
You know what? I'm doing another podcast in that same podcast studio, so hopefully I'll see him and I'll ask him. Because I'm a great guest, guys. I'm a guest people want. I'm a great guest because I know so much about everything. I'm hoping we're going to get into like
This is about Jill's
missile
daughter
construction
finding
and,
love.
And, you know, xenophobes.
Right. Focus.
What?
All right,
Focus
Jill.
on my daughter.
Send me a DM on your daughter and I'll try to connect them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thanks, Jill.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Must have hung the beat, ho.
Johnjay and Rich. So this weekend, my wife and I went to Las Vegas to go see country singer George Strait, right? And it was he performed at Allegiant Stadium, which is this new football stadium where the Raiders play. And
That's
it's like
massive.
Really, really nice stadium. I mean, I've never seen a building like that so beautiful and so first class. And all I heard while I was there from the cab driver to pick this up was how difficult it is to get in there, right? Because it's Vegas. It's bumper to bumper traffic everywhere. And he's like, you got to go to Mandalay Bay. You got to walk across this thing. It's just impossible. You don't want to take a cab there. So I was talking to a friend of mine that actually built the stadium. He works at the company McCarthy that built the stadium. And I was like, I got to figure out a way to get in there. And he goes, here. He sends me this picture of a poker chip. And the poker chip has a phone number on it. And he goes, this is Gonzo's driver. Gonzo from the Diamondbacks. This is Gonzo's driver from the Diamondbacks. Call this number. He'll get you in. So I call the guy. And he's like, the guy talks 100 miles an hour. And he goes, yeah, I can pick you up here. I can pick you there. I can pick you up at 6:45, 7 o'clock. I'll get you in there. No problem. Gonzo's friend? No problem. I'll do anything for Gonzo. No problem. I'm like, great. Now, I'm afraid to ask him how much it costs because, I figure if you're calling a driver, but I'm like, it's a special night. Life's about experiences.
Sure.
Whatever. So the guy picks us up. We go have dinner at this Italian restaurant called Carbone, which is where Drake always drops about Carbone, right? So we go there. The guy pulls up in a black SUV, right? We get in the black SUV. It's my wife and I and 2 friends. And he's like, so you're Gonzo's friend. I'll get you guys in wherever you want. No problem. I can get you in. You don't want to take a cab. They don't let cabs in there. And I had a parking pass, too.
Really?
Right? He says, yeah, they don't. You got to go in this one gate E. And so he pulls out of his pocket a gun. He goes, I got this 38. Keep you guys safe.
Wow.
Okay. Then he pulls out this other gun. He goes, I also have this here just in case. I don't forget the name of it. Sets it down. And he goes, and in case anything goes wrong, I have a silencer. And he has a silencer in his hand.
What does he expect?
Exactly.
What kind of messes is Gonzo getting in that he feels like he's prepared for Gonzo's
So he puts
friend?
the silencer in the front seat. He goes, I had a couple people I was driving before. People trust me. And he goes, look. And he shows me a couple of purses that are in the front seat. He goes, they don't let people in with purses. You got to have this plastic purse. They didn't have the plastic purse. I'm watching their purses. They trust me. Because they trust me. I'm like, great. I go, I trust you too. So he takes us in. Like, he gets us in. Like, I didn't see one cab. And we get in. And it was about a mile drive. And I'm like, all right, man, hey, how much do I owe you? Take a guess. Kyle, how much do you think it would cost for the drive from, it was a mile drive.
Well, if you were Gonzo's friend, I would hope he would hook you up. So I'm going to say he just let you go.
Yeah, I would hope that too. No. Because you're Gonzo's friend, $175.
Holy.
For a mile?
A mile?
A mile.
What?
Was it worth it, though? Be honest.
Well, I don't know because I don't know how the other way. I didn't try another way.
But how it did happen, was it flawless? You were in and out, no
in and
touching
out,
that?
no problem.
See, I would think that's worth the $175.
So
What?
then,
For a mile?
For a mile?
So then I thought,
worth it.
clearly this involves pickup, right after the concert.
No.
So he's like, hey, I got too much going on. I'm picking up other people from the George Strait concert. He goes, but I have my friend Steven will pick you guys up. I'm like, great. So I get, after the concert's over, Steven picks us up, black SUV. We get in the SUV. And then the guy texts me while I'm in the car, Steven, and says, hey, it's going to be $175 for Steven, too. And he goes, we can score up later, is what he says, right? So $175. Now, again, since I'm already stuck with the price, I'm trying to tell myself it's an experience. I got an armed guard driving to the. So in the middle, by the way, in the middle of the concert, we're watching the show, and I text the friend that went with us in the group chat. I text because it was it's 2 hours later, and I'm like, why did he have a silencer? Like, I just got done watching Black Doves, where they kill a lot of people with silencers.
He's like, in case something goes wrong, I got a silencer, is what he told you.
Yeah, it was very strange. So then I figured I didn't pay the $175 yet, the second $175. So yesterday, my wife and I, our flight, we have to be at the airport at 12:40 to board. So I text the guy in the morning. I go, hey, I got to go to the airport today. I go, what if you take me to the airport and we can score up there? Now, I'm thinking he can't. The reason he charged me so much is because it was an event and it was whatever. How much is he going to charge me to go to the airport, right? So he goes, no problem. And then he goes, Steven will pick you guys up at the Aria. And then I'm like, well, I'm not at the Aria. I said, I'm at the Park MGM. And then Steven on the text goes, I'll text you when I get there, is what he says. I'm like, okay. I'm waiting, right? Now we decide to leave a little early. It's like 11:40 and our flight's at 12:40, or board's at 12:40. So I said, like, let's just grab a cab. So we walk down to the lobby. There's somebody dropping, a cab's dropping people off. And instead of waiting, you know how they have, people drop cabs off, but you got to go wait in the hotel and they give you a cab. I was just like, let's just jump in this cab. So I waved the guy, hey, can we just go in the cab? Yeah, we get in the cab. Guy goes, how can I help you? I said, can you take us to Southwest Airlines? He goes, Southwest Airlines? Where's that? I'm like, the airport. He goes, do you know how to get to the airport? I'm like, no. aren't you a cab driver in Las Vegas? I can see the airport. So he goes on his maps and he types in Southwest Airlines on his map. He goes, do you know what terminal it's in? I'm like, I don't know what terminal it's in. He goes, look at your email. That's what the guy says to me. And I'm like, why did I get in this cab?
It's terrible.
Right? So
You should have waited for Steven.
he starts driving and the car goes, like the back tires making a noise. I look at his dashboard. All the sensors are on in his dashboard, right? And I look, like, there's cloth hanging down from the ceiling of the back of the cab. And he's driving, taking his time. And he gets on the phone, and he's speaking a language I don't know, really out loud to this person on the phone. Then he takes us to the airport. It does not look familiar to me. I've been to the Vegas airport a million times. And I go, I don't think this is right. And he goes, we're at Terminal 3, and you're supposed to take us to Terminal 1. He goes, you're supposed to check your email. I told you to check your email. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, you're a cab driver in Vegas. And he goes, get out.
Oh, my gosh.
And he blink opens the door, and it says International Terminal. We're at the International Terminal. I go, I need to be Southwest. Our flight now is in 20 minutes. That's how long it took. He goes, get out. And it was a $25 ride, and I didn't want to pay. I put my credit card in the thing, but it didn't take. So I just took $25 out and gave him a tip. I gave him $25. He goes, get out. He goes, you guys need to read your email. I'm like, what are you talking about? What email? So we get out. My wife is furious. Why didn't we just take a normal cab? Why did we take this cab? And I'm like, I would have paid $175 for Steven to get his. So now another cab driver stops. I wave him down. I go, hey, we're at Terminal 1. We need to be to Terminal 3. I'll give you $20 right now if you could take us to the right cab, to the right terminal. He goes, yeah, get in. So he takes us there. We get to the airplane 10 minutes before we're supposed to fly. Because of the horrible cab driver.
Oh, my God. I would be in full panic mode. I would be sweating so hard. That would drive me crazy.
Then the guy with the guns texts me and says, hey, you blew off Steven. And I said, well, he said he was going to text me when he got there, and he didn't. And I decided to leave. And he goes, I pulled Steven off another job that cost me $150. You at least throw him a $60. You got to throw him at least $60. I go, what? Steven never texted me. I go, so now you're telling I got to pay $175 plus $175 plus $60 for it. Then I paid $45 for the cab that didn't get us there, right? $25 to get there and then $20 to give the guy to get us to the right terminal. I go, so this cab drive is going to cost me this trip. The cab fares alone cost me more than the tickets.
I'm sure.
Cost me more than the airfare and cost me more than the hotel room.
Oh, crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
That's why you got to walk from Mandalay Bay. That's our lesson here. You just take the tram from Mandalay Bay.
So then I text the guy with the guns, and I said, hey, look, here's a screenshot of our conversation. Steven said, I'll text you when I get there. And he never texted me. So I left. And he's like, whatever, man. I'll just call you tomorrow to square up. So I sold him the $175.
You got to pay him the $175.
I got to pay him the $175. But now I'm like, do I just give him my credit card, or should I hope I can Venmo him, because I don't want to give my credit card number and then all of a sudden something happens.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, what gives, Luis Gonzalez?
That's wild.
Dang.
Wild trip.
But it was all about experiences. I always, try. I changed my vision a few years ago about life is about experiences.
You did get a story out of it.
Definitely got some good experiences. Thank you to my friend Justin Kelton for texting me the picture of the poker chip. Oh, and then the guy with the guns go, here's my card, and he hands me a handful of poker chips, and they all have his phone number.
Cool. That's kind of really a cool business card.
No, that I like. I like that guy already. And he's got the silencer, just in case.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get some entertainment news. I think the massive story, the story that dropped last night, and we saw it coming. If you don't know what we're talking about, we'll get into that next. Entertainment news, Johnjay and Rich.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find the 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
Drunk dial your ex. Drunk dial us. Call our Johnjay and Rich drunk dial line 602-888-1933.
Johnjay and Rich, some breaking news last night. And I don't think anyone was that shocked, but when you see it for real, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, because there was all these rumors once Diddy got arrested and there was all of these allegations against Diddy that Jay-Z was going to be next, right? And in a leaked phone call of Diddy to one of his buddies from prison was asking if Jay-Z had gotten a hold of him, and his buddy said Jay-Z was ghosting him. Everyone's like, okay, Jay-Z's got to be involved somehow, some way. Well, there was a lawsuit filed against Diddy back in October, but was refiled yesterday to include Jay-Z's real name, Sean Carter. And in it, they basically say that he and Diddy raped a 13-year-old girl.
Oh, my gosh.
At a VMA after party, and after slipping a drink, and she felt woozy, and it happened. Jay-Z's people have vehemently denied it. In fact, Jay-Z released a statement saying these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? And then went on, because one of the first things that I thought of was like, wow, it's like Blue Ivy's kind of almost right there at that very same age. And he mentioned his daughter. He said, my wife Beyonce and I will have to sit our kids down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. He said, I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. So we're going to have to wait and see how this one pans out in court.
I saw a picture yesterday of him that night that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he was at the party.
Very
So at the VMAs, because it happened after the VMAs. So he was at the VMAs, and they also say in the story that Puff Daddy there was another female celebrity there watching, which makes me think Jennifer Lopez, because they were dating at the time,
right?
Which is just
she's unnamed in the lawsuit as of now.
Yeah.
But Jay-Z was unnamed a month ago, right?
Exactly.
So now,
And J-Lo's been off the grid.
Yeah, and I mean that's been another name that's popped up. That's like, wow, Diddy was just the first in the dominoes to fall. We'll have to see the rest of them.
It seems like it goes up higher up the chain. It feels like it does up the celebrity chain. He can't be the top of that. There's got to be something else.
I think he might be.
No, I don't think he is.
I think
I
he's
don't
higher
know.
than that.
oh well. Let's shift gears for a second, because the other thing I kept hearing about was Sabrina Carpenter's ex with the recent ex and that drama.
So there was rumors since they split up. There was rumors that Barry Keoghan, I guess is how he says his last name. I always thought it was Keegan, but that he cheated on Sabrina Carpenter with this influencer. Her name's Brecky Hall. And because there was this post about Saltburn that she reposted, and she'll explain it. She took to social media to say, no, I'm not a homewrecker.
No, I did not get with Barry. I have never even encountered this man in my life. The only time I've seen him is on my TV screen from watching Saltburn. I reposted this video that showed up on my For You page claiming that I was homewrecking Sabrina Carpenter's relationship just simply because I thought it was so ridiculous. I'm sorry, but if I really was the one getting with Barry, why in the world would I be reposting about it?
It's a good point. I believe she got into a skiing accident. She's been in the hospital.
She broke her back or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
but I understand why she would repost it. Look at all the freaking media she's getting right
she
now.
reposted on purpose to get attention. The attention she's getting right now. Like,
but
now
how genius is that if you didn't do it and then you're still getting all the attention?
I know. And then did you guys see that Barry Keoghan deleted all of his Instagram and his social media and stuff? And I'm like, that I feel like that also is the Taylor Swift effect, because Sabrina Carpenter shot to superstardom after she opened for her.
That's true.
So I'm like, look at Taylor just making messes.
Speaking of Taylor, is she done with the Eras Tour? It's official.
Yeah, she had her last show in Vancouver last night.
We have toured the entire world with this tour. We have had so many adventures. It has been the most exciting, powerful, electrifying, intense, most challenging thing I've ever done in my entire life. We've gotten to perform for over 10 million people.
That's insane. That started
tour
right
made
here.
$2 billion.
Remember, she was getting ready for that here in Glendale, 2 years ago? And it's been going on that long.
I mean, Come on now. Do we really think Taylor's done with the Eras Tour? I think she'll probably do a show in LA or do a show in Vegas.
She doesn't need to, though. She's probably exhausted. And supposedly she wants to take a year off now. It's funny because, like, our resident Swiftie Noah, I guess he stayed up till midnight last night.
Oh, yeah, went for a
he
drop.
was expecting her to announce the Reputation, Taylor's version, Reputation, and she did not.
something.
She did not.
So, you know, I was thinking about the other day because I went to go see George Strait Saturday. The dude retired in 2012. And he does a couple of concerts a year or whatever. And I looked him up. He's worth $300 million, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, why do all that? But there must be just something that we don't get, a rush.
Like the
There's
thrill.
a vibe.
Of
course.
Remember the Celine Dion documentary we all watched? And she was like, I have to perform. She's like, it's part of me. She's
I
like,
didn't
I
watch
feel.
it.
You didn't watch
I
it?
didn't watch it.
You need to watch it. That was a really good documentary you missed out on.
Yeah,
but
that's-
she basically said, like, you know, she had this debilitating disease, and she's like, taking away performing for me is like worse than anything I can think of.
Yeah,
It's like her
music's a
love.
thing. It's the biggest dopamine hit of all time.
I get it. But I'm just also at the same time thinking it's not about the money for these people.
No,
You know,
no,
like
it's
they-
not.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
It's Johnjay and Rich.
If you text us, we'll call you back. We might read your texts on the air, or we just might call you back. For example, Johnjay and Rich, are you guys giving away Kendrick Lamar tickets? Yes, we are. She says, I would love to see him. I'm graduating with my master's degree in May. Love you guys. You just got to keep listening to the radio station all day when you hear a Kendrick song. Then you go to the iHeartRadio app, leave us a talkback message of what song you heard, and you're entered in to win as many times as you want. Now, another text message is this one right here. It's Dylan. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Dylan, good morning. What was your text about?
I want to say like 6 months ago, you guys did a segment. I forgot what it was, but you guys called his wife. And as soon as she answered the phone, he goes, hey, booty. And I just started laughing so hard. So as soon as my wife called me that day, I was like, hey, booty. And ever since then, she loved it. Like, so say like a month later, she called me again. And I said, hey, love. And she got so mad at me. She goes, no, it's booty. Booty, booty. That's all it is. And I just thought it was hilarious. I just want to let you guys know that.
Thanks, man.
Hi, booty. Hi, booty.
That was it.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. That was a good one.
That is amazing. Hi, booty.
He's actually calling his boyfriend, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you got to call your boyfriend, Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could do that.
All right, dude. Thanks for listening, man. Have a great day.
No, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Hi, booty.
What's up, Kat?
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good. I went to I was shopping on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and I happened to see Kyle in the parking lot of TJ Maxx and Gilbert, and she was just minding her own business, and I think I scared her, but I just yelled out the window because I was driving by, and I said, Kyle, I love you. And she just like looked like, oh no. And I said, it's me, bye.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, because I was walking in, and I think Addie or Easton was with me, and all of a sudden I hear, like, I see this car drive by, and then we keep walking, so we're going opposite directions, and all of a sudden I hear, Kyle! And I was walking, I was like, hello. I'm like, oh, it's a friendly person. Hello.
I thought you said I saw Kyle in the parking lot at TJ Maxx, that there was we were going to hear some story of Kyle buying something off of Facebook Marketplace, or that one app that you went on for a while.
I was going into TJ Maxx.
You're in the parking lot buying or selling
I
something.
said, oh no. I felt like I was like a psycho stalking her. I said, but I don't care.
It was nice of you to say hi.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kat.
Thanks for listening,
Well,
Kat.
thank you for waving by back.
Yeah,
love you guys.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Something's got a hold on me lately. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
So, Kyle, let's get into your little neck issues.
Oh, man. I don't know what happened to me.
It's one of those things where you just woke up and you're in pain.
I think so. I don't think anything significant happened, but literally the left side of my neck, it hurts so bad to the point where it was like Saturday night, I was supposed to go to dinner with my husband and my in-law, and it was just like, I can't go because I'm so like, it feels like I got in a car accident, but I didn't.
Ouch.
I know. I don't know what
Did you
to do.
sleep weird?
I think I must have, but like, usually when I sleep weird on my neck or something, it's like a day or two.
Yeah.
But I'm like looking at you, Payton, right now, and it hurts.
Really? Oh my gosh, you probably like pinched a nerve. You need to go get a
Could it be Payton? Because I'm looking at Payton right now and it hurts too.
Oh.
No,
Sorry.
Johnjay.
You need PT. You need a person? We got you.
I know.
We
I'm
got
like,
people.
I
Rich
feel like
loves him some PT.
he loves PT. I feel like I'm one of those people that like I have a neck brace on because I have to like move my whole body to turn.
You're probably in spasm, and you need to have something break up that spasm so that you
I'm
feel
in
better.
spasm, you guys. That's apparently
You know what's
a
happened
thing.
sometimes? Like if I'm backing out of my driveway and then I'll like sneeze or yawn or something, it causes like that's how you get hurt. I bet you were doing something.
Oh, it's probably something so stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the worst feeling though ever, and then it like gives you a headache too because it hurts so bad.
Yeah, and then I felt bad because like Easton loves to play, like we play baseball in our backyard, like with like little foam balls, and I was like, I can't play with you right now. This hurts so
It hurts that
bad.
bad?
Yes.
Jeez, you got to go get that checked out.
Well, I know.
What about drugs? You got any drugs?
No, I don't like to take drugs.
No, not
Rich.
even like a
Say
leaf?
no to drugs.
Advil?
I saw
Say
you
no.
post that coffee shop thing. Is that some special mom and pop coffee shop?
Yeah, I mean, Payton, have you ever been to Top Cup?
I've heard of
It's
Top
right
Cup.
across from Basha High School where
No,
you
I've heard
coach
of it.
girls
Yeah, yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
I met my mom and my sisters there over the weekend. It's such a cute little place. They were giving away free donut holes. I was like, this place is amazing.
Just for fun, or was it a special day, or was it everybody? They always give away donuts.
I think they were just giving away donut holes that day. I don't really know why, but I'm sitting there and we're having. I had like a eggnog latte, eggnog chai tea latte. It was delicious. And then my sister was telling us about this little market that my niece's school was doing. She's like, let's go over there because I usually like to do the Christmas markets with my mom, you know, go around, support local businesses and whatnot, and get some Christmas gifts while you're at it. So my sister was telling me they were doing one at my niece's school. And as we were on our way there, she was telling us a little bit about it. And I just think it's the coolest concept ever. I feel like every school needs to have this. It's an after-school club, and they call it Startup. And basically, it's all about teaching kids from start to finish how to start a business.
That's cool.
Oh, that's great.
And so the Christmas market is like the culmination of all their hard work for the year so far. And they actually have their business, and they're selling their products at this market.
Well, they do that at Dutch's school. In fact, it was a couple days ago. It was called Marketplace Day. And so, like, he goes to Arcadia High School. He made Arcadia High School sweats, him and four buddies. And they made like $1,000 selling this. And they get to keep the money.
That's awesome.
And they split it 4 ways. And then Dutch and 2 other guys decided to place a bet on one of those betting websites with their winnings. And they had I don't understand the language,
parlay?
but a 3-person parlay. And the Phoenix Suns lost. Had the Suns won, they would have won $6,000.
That's
my
a bummer.
gosh.
That's where those parlays get you because you get so many people to get in on it, and if they just miss one of them, then you don't win any money.
It's a bummer.
Well, speaking of local businesses, then check this out. I think I was telling you guys last week about I went to a place. It's like an acai bowl place, and I couldn't remember the name of it. And it was different than other acai bowl places I've been to. Like, you know, you got your Jamba Juices, you got your whatever. This place was called Playa Bowls because I went back to the location. And I was telling Rich this because when I went there the first time, I was like, this place is amazing because you can have you can have the acai or you can have pitaya as a base, and then you put everything else on top of it. They also have coconut and mango and banana as their base. And you can mix. It's fantastic. And I believe at this moment it is very healthy, right? So I went back. But the first time I went, I go, how many of these are there? And the girl behind the counter goes, there's only one. There's only one in the whole state. I'm like, no way, really? Because it looks so franchised.
Professional, like it looks,
it doesn't look mom and pop. So when I brought up in here, what Rich goes, oh, there's one by my house. Like, no, there's not. He said, yeah, it is. Like, no, there's not, because this lady told me there's only one. So when I went back the second time, I was like, this is crazy. I go, there's only one of these? She goes, oh, we have one in Chandler. We have one in Gilbert. So it was just and they're opening one. She says they're opening up one on 44th and Thomas is what she said, right? So I was very excited about that. So I don't know where on 44th and Thomas. I drove around 44th and Thomas yesterday looking for where it would be. In fact, I found next to the Chipotle on 44th and Thomas, there's a new place that opened. They rebuilt the Schlotzky's that was there, and they turned into a place called Hawaiian Brothers. Have you guys seen that yet?
Is that the burger place?
No, that's Seven Brothers.
Oh.
This is called Hawaiian Brothers.
I've seen the sign.
Fantastic.
What is it?
And it's like one of the things they had is that Spam thing, which is delicious. I think it's Spam on rice.
Do you have the burger on the rice?
No, it's Spam. That's Moco Loco.
God, that's my favorite.
That had all this chicken and stuff. It's kind of like a Panda Express, but not Panda, but all Hawaiian food, and it was delicious, delicious. So that's a little local flavor. And then get this: about a week or so ago, we were eating dinner with some guy. It was a business dinner, my wife and I, and we're at Capitol Grill because I like this one steak they have there. And the guy goes, "Next time we're in town, we're gonna go eat this new restaurant called Elefante. It just opened up in Scottsdale." And I go, "I've never heard of it."
It's where they put it where Kona Grill used to be.
Hold on a second. I go, "Never heard of it." I go, and if I haven't heard of it, it ain't here yet, man. He goes, "Well, maybe they haven't opened yet." And he goes, "I thought they opened." I go, "No, I would have heard about it." Right? But I tell the guy, I'm trying to big time the guy. And then my sister sends me this link yesterday to the AZ foodie girl going, "This is one of the best restaurants." And it's been open for a while, and it's Elefante. And Scottsdale, and I was like, "Oh, God, it is open. It is." So where'd they go?
It's right where Kona Grill used to be.
In the mall? Mm-hmm. So you like, what? It's the first thing you see? They got rid of Kona Grill.
I know. I'm actually really bummed out about it.
Yeah, because that place is
Kona
good.
Grill used to have a DJ that went till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was lit over there. Not anymore.
Didn't you work for a Kona Grill at one point?
I worked for a lot of the Kona Grills at one point. Sad to see them go.
That's weird. It's a fancy restaurant connected to the mall. It looked fancy, the restaurant.
Yeah, that's where they have that Moxie's. It's like right over there on that same strip.
But that mall's getting rid of all the
Yeah, because now it's only going to be like your high-end.
normal stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Is it too fancy?
Yeah. Because they get rid of that Nordstrom and Chandler, too.
Yeah,
didn't
did you
they?
guys know that there's a Nobu open there?
Yeah, that's been there for a while.
I had
It's too
no
expensive.
idea. No clue.
I went there
was like,
once.
Nobu's opening over here. Surprised, Nobu's been open for like 5 years.
It's been open for a while. I was there when it first opened, and it was way expensive.
I want to go and try it just because you see all of the like mukbangs
Bring
of
your
people
checkbook.
there, and I want to try it.
The
but-
mukbang people go there?
Yeah.
What?
All the little influencers, they go and they do mukbangs at Nobu.
The Nobu in Scottsdale?
Yes.
I thought mukbang is like something there. Something
We've
kind
talked about this before. It has evolved. Your mukbang version is a lot different than my mukbang.
My mukbang version is like people eating like frogs and weird animals and
No.
stuff like that. All ASMR.
Mine's like people like eating seafood boils and it looks delicious and you want to eat it through the screen. Okay.
Rich, just get into your wife's stress.
Oh, yeah.
And how she deals with stress.
Well, she's got too many jobs. God bless her. She's got too many things going on. And I picked up a pattern that I finally called her out on. And that is that whenever she gets really stressed and something terrible is going on, she sings like she's in a musical. So it might sound like, "I can't find my wallet and I'm 30 minutes late for an important meeting. We're all going to die." And so I've noticed it happening quite a bit lately. I'm like, "You need to slow down because you're going full on musical on me." She starts laughing. So she knows, but she can't stop it. And I was wondering if anybody else has like their other stress behavior that you pick up on. That's definitely her number one. That she sings the musical of the trauma
really
that's
funny.
happening.
By the way, as we go around the room and ask for stress, how your significant other deals with stress, call us at 877-937-1047 because we're going to play a game. Or we're going to play ADD Trivia. We need a contestant.
Awesome.
We need a contestant.
We need a contestant.
Nick is dealing with stress back there. He's singing. Yeah, we need a contestant. You guys are talking about something else. We're going to play a game.
Try that out in your own life. I think it works for her pretty well. I mean, it makes it fun to have to deal with,
It might lighten the mood if
Sure.
you're super stressed and like don't want to deal with life.
I'm overdrawn on my checking account.
But that's fun stress. What if like somebody's dying? Does she think about that?
I haven't heard that come up yet, like that it must be cancer.
Right, no.
I haven't heard that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure it's coming.
How do you deal with stress, Kyle? Neck pain.
Neck pain.
Maybe you're under some stress right
Maybe
now.
I'm holding on to it. Yeah, I don't sing. I think I internalize everything. I shut
Yeah.
down.
I don't-
You're not going to hear me talk when I'm really stressed.
I don't hear Stacey, my wife, cuss a lot, so maybe this is like her code because most of us will probably just let it all out. She has to sing it all out. Former show
I
tune
like
person.
that though. I think I want to try doing that. It's
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, your kids might freak out, but you'll get attention. You might get stuff done.
I pull my hair out.
I just take a nap and try to forget everything. All of my responsibilities, I just sleep it off.
Grant, you ready to play a game?
Dude, speaking of stressed out, we got a limited amount of time to play this game, and it's a hot game today, guys.
Not bad. I went to Rich's wife's stress and stressed you out, stressed Nick
Stressed,
out.
dude, it's a problem. We're playing ADD Trivia today, and guess what, guys? Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah.
We got Christmas in about, 3 days? 3-4 days?
Something like that.
All
Close
right,
enough.
so today's ADD Trivia theme is it's all Christmas related. So you get a Christmas related question, and you give me the best Christmas related answer.
Okay.
Sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
All right, Johnjay, we start with you. In the song Frosty the Snowman, Frosty the Snowman comes to life because of what?
A corn cob. I think they put the hat on his head. Did they put the hat on a corn
What kind of
cob?
hat?
Top hat. Must have been some magic in that old top hat they found. Eddie's going to be our contestant, by the way. What up, Eddie?
Eddie, all right.
What's up? What's up?
Woo, we're doing it. All right. Rich Bear, we move over to you. What Christmas decoration was originally made from strands of silver?
Garland.
Ooh, incorrect. I was looking
Tinsel.
for... Oh. Very nice, Johnjay.
Oh,
We're giving,
tinsel.
stealing is allowed today in the spirit of Christmas. So, Johnjay, 2 points. Very nice. Peyton Whitmore. What Christmas beverage is also known as milk punch?
Oh, eggnog.
Very nice. Delicious eggnog. Peyton on the board.
Pass.
Kyle on phone. One of Santa's reindeer shares a name with a famous symbol of Valentine's Day. Which reindeer is that, Kyle?
Famous symbol of Valentine's Day. Blitzen.
Rich for the steal.
Rich for the steal.
Cupid.
Nice job, Rich
yeah.
on the board.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie, are you ready, brother?
Ready.
All right. In the United States, over 2 billion of these are sent out each year at Christmas time. What are they?
Christmas cards?
Eddie on the board, coming in hot. Nice job. Joining us late, coming in hot. Perfect, Eddie. All right, Johnjay, round 2. What Christmas song was initially condemned by the Roman Catholic Church for allegedly portraying an adulterous affair?
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Nice job, Johnjay. 3 points. Running away with it. Rich Berra. In 1996, what toy with origins to Sesame Street was a sensation for Christmas time?
Tickle Me Elmo.
Nice job. 2 points for Rich today. Peyton Whitmore. Malikilikimaka means Merry Christmas in what language? Malikilikilaka. Way to say.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Malikilikilaka. It has connections to Johnjay Van Ness.
Hawaii.
Nice
Hawaiian.
job.
Hawaiian. Okay.
Malikilikilaka.
I like that.
Kyle Unfug. In the TV special, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what 3 words best describe the Grinch?
Stink, stink, stunk.
Nice job.
Yes.
Nailed it. Eddie, are you ready?
Ready.
This one's worth all the marbles here. You can win it all.
Oh, let's go.
Per a recent holiday fad, what spy hides around the house reporting back to Santa on who has been naughty or nice?
Oh, it's the little guy. Dang it. What's his name? I'm not forgetting him.
It's the little guy.
Oh, the little guy. Yeah, they move.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, he moves by himself.
Does anybody want to help Eddie out?
Rich Bear.
I would have also accepted Rich Bear.
I will rat on you to Santa Claus.
All right, Eddie, hold up. We'll send you those prizes. Hold on. That's not. Kyle's coming up 3 things you need to know.
The deal that was just made that will blow your mind. I'll fill you in on it next with Johnjay and Rich.
Coffee in hand, earbuds on Johnjay and Rich.
You're up. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
The Yankees, or should I say former Yankees, 26-year-old outfielder Juan Soto just signed the biggest sports deal ever. He was with the Yankees after the World Series, became a free agent, and just signed a 15-year deal with the New York Mets for $765 million.
It's insane how much money they make over there.
Insane! I did the math. It's about $51 million a year. In case you were wondering the breakdown on that. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's pretty amazing, so it's worth it to the Mets.
But is there anybody playing baseball today that was playing 15 years ago? Like, that's kind of a long commitment.
I know he's got a 5-year out. Like, in 5 years, he can, opt out.
He can say, no, I don't want any more money.
No, I don't want $50 million a year. The FDA says more than 230,000 bottles of the popular antidepressant Cymbalta have been recalled due to the risk of being contaminated with a cancer-causing chemical. Trying to get happy, and they're giving you cancer. So they said if you want to see if your antidepressant is part of the recall, you go to ipdpharma.com, and you can also talk to your pharmacist as well. So each different dictionary picks their word of the year, and now Merriam-Webster has picked their word of the year for 2024. It was polarization, which of course was big with disagreeing and opposing factions groups, and politics were very polarizing
That's
this
not
year.
fun.
It's not fun. It's not a fun word.
Word of the year.
Yeah.
Well, I want to. What do we
disagree.
do with the words of the year? Just someone give them a little crown?
They get like a plaque.
I mean, didn't Oxford pick demure? Okay, that's fun. That's topical. That works.
Right. Polarization. It has a negative context.
Sorry,
to
Miriam.
it, doesn't it?
And they're late to the party. Everybody else had theirs out 2 weeks ago.
I know. Get with the times. Anyways, that's the word of the year in case you want to, use it as, I guess, water cooler talk, if you will. And that's 3 things you need to know.
I was going to tell you guys, yesterday, my son's coach, one of the coaches on his basketball team in Hawaii, ran in the Honolulu Marathon, which I think is a big marathon. It's not the New York Marathon, the Boston Marathon. It's a big marathon. And marathon still is something. He made it as one of those goals as in my life, I want to run a marathon.
That's
he wasn't
cool.
trying to win the marathon.
Yeah.
He was just trying to do the marathon, right? So Kemp and his roommate, Ethan, they wanted to support him during the marathon. So they were going to find him at a certain point in the marathon and kind of run with him just for a short time, right? So I guess they pinned him somehow. They pinged him. They knew where he was in the marathon. But when they started going to the spot of where he was in the marathon, they were late. Their ping was, I don't know
Past wherever they were. Yeah.
So they ran to go find him. And they ran for 45 minutes in the marathon trying to find their friend that's running in the marathon. You know how far you can run in 45 minutes? And the video of them running is hilarious because they're not prepared to run in the marathon.
Were they like flip-flops?
They were planning on running for 5 minutes, not 45 minutes.
They found him. And it's a really cool video to see. And I think that says a lot about who you are as a coach and as a friend, that these people want to go find you in a marathon.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine...
Half a block is all you get from me.
Watching a marathon. You go to the end of the race, right, to watch a marathon. But I don't know.
Amazing.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.